How water works in a community is multi-layered and complex. Each community has different needs and sources to meet those needs. PCN met up with Plymouth's water superintendent to learn about how water works in this community.
Our water system comprises of 12 gravel-packed wells. We have 6 pressure zones that these 12 wells supplies. There is 10 water storage tanks that these wells fill, and those tanks are what turns our wells on and off each day during different demand periods. Each well, like this one here, has some various chemicals that we treat the water from. We use 2 main products, which is sodium hydroxide, which is to raise the pH, and the other product is sodium hypochlorite, which provides a disinfection to the water as it travels from the well to each home out in the distribution system. Plus it also arrives in the tanks, so those same products are found there as well. The disinfection is to fight bacteria and viruses, and provides a measure of protection to the water system as the water travels from each well out into the system, to each home, and into the tanks and into our pipeline. This process here is our online analyzers. One is recording the pH constantly, and the other one is recording the chlorine residual. Both of them have water cycling through all the time, 24 hours a day, and our operators come in here once a day and validate that the pH and the chlorine residual are in sync with each other with what's displaying on the wall here. So keeping the pH at 7.5 allows the binding chemically with the iron so that it doesn't precipitate out into the system. So this is all of our electrical equipment in here. This is the variable frequency drive. That's what operates the pump and motor out in the other room. And this is our SCADA system at this location, referred to as a remote terminal unit. And what it does is it's the brains that turns on the well. It's actually a computer inside of here that allows all the electrical equipment to turn on, the pump, the motor, the chemical feed systems. We can actually view all of the stuff that you saw out there on the wall, the analyzers. We can see that back at our office. I can also have it on my iPad. My assistant and our operators have that same thing. So all of our alarming that comes in here is also generated through this source in here as well. So these are important nodes right in this room here, because it is the brains, it's the electrical power, and it allows us to view our system from afar. Generally, you get a long period of time, somewhere 50 to 100 years from a large production well. As a well ages, its productivity drops off. You look at when a well was developed, it was in the rural country and there was no homes around it. And as we build out around our wells, we bring in homes, septic tanks, and the septic tanks have also an adverse effect if they're not being properly maintained. The hydrology cycle is a cycle. It comes out of the sky as rainfall, or it comes out of the sky as snow. And that precipitation replenishes the groundwater table, the aquifer, and from that, our wells pull from that aquifer, brings it up through the well, out into the network of distribution pipes, which then carries it to our water storage tanks.